everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and a special welcome to if you are new. So this is just another video. Okay, so to start off with, I haven't really done much with my hair today, so it's essentially just the straightened hair from a couple of days ago. So essentially I'm just combing out the hair and making sure that there's no knots, and it's just going to be really easy to kind of work on the hair later. So here I'm simply just taking one side of the hair and grabbing it with a hairband, and then working on the other side, starting from the bottom, obviously making it easier. Okay, so the first hair product I'll be using is the Daily Oil Moisturiser by Cantu, and I quite like this one in comparison to the Moisturizing Curl Activator Cream, because this one I'm going to be using on stretched hair. What I don't want to do is, one, make it too sticky, and two, I don't want it to revert back to my curls too soon. Okay, so if you've seen some of my videos before, you would have seen this product. Essentially, it's just a humidifier. From what I get from it, it's just to stop it from kind of frizzing out, and it really does help. And the next product I'm using is another Cantu product, and it's the Moisturizing Lock and Twist Gel. So I quite like this gel because it doesn't act like most of the other gels. First of all, it's not going to make my hair revert back too quickly, and secondly, it's actually quite loose, so it doesn't have too much of a hard hold. But when you see later on, you'll see that actually I do have quite good definition. So personally, when I'm doing braid outs, I like to do it as tight as possible. Not only do I like to get it close to the scalp to make sure that I'm getting as much of a wave throughout the hair, but I also like to make sure that it's tight throughout the braid. That is just to make it like a tighter curl essentially when I do take it out, which you'll see later. So when it comes to hair products and doing different styles, I usually start with a little bit of product first because it's easier to add than it is to try and take out afterwards. So just bear that in mind. If you're not too sure how much product to use, start with a small amount, see how your hair reacts, and then add on top. Now, because this is a braid out, when it comes to parting the hair, it's not major important that the parts are straight. I try to make sure that the parts at the front are straight, because obviously when you take out the braid out and you want to style it, you don't want it to be a thing where hair is going to get frizzy when you're trying to move it back and forth. I wish I used more clips, just because I did find it slightly difficult with the hair slipping out of the clip. So just bear that in mind. You'll see that I pushed the hair out quite a bit. Just use as many clips as you need, even if it was the thing that you just twisted it before clipping it. So this one's obviously titled Braid Out on Stretched Hair, and I just wanted to explain that really quick. So basically I don't use heat often, and in the previous video I did straighten my hair. So if you haven't seen that one, I shall link it below for you. But essentially, after straightening my hair, my sister said to me, well, it's been a while since you've done a braid out, so why don't you try it? So here I am making a video. Okay, so that's all the braids done. Now, depending on whether or not you're going anywhere, obviously we're currently on lockdown, so I wasn't going anywhere, but for the purpose of the video, I did take it out in the end. I say that because obviously if it's a thing that you do it on, let's say a Friday night, and you're not planning to go anywhere over the weekend, but you've obviously got work on the Monday and you want to wear your hair out, it's easy to kind of just make sure you keep your head tie on, and then obviously it won't get frizzy, and then you're able to take it out a couple of days later. And here I am a couple of days later. Yes, I did not take it out the next day. Life got in the way. Got a little busy in the house, cleaning, etc. So decided to take the hair down a couple of days later, and like I said, the braids were fine. They weren't too frizzy or anything like that, so it was great. But what I would say is using oil definitely helps to take down the hair. Not only does it keep the hair quite slick, but it also protects the hair in the end as well. Because obviously when you were braiding, you would have added some moisturiser. So now you've got your sealant here just at the end here. I would also say take your time. Obviously, there's no real need to be in a rush at the moment, especially. So if you're taking your hair down, the one thing you don't want to do is cause breakage by pulling on knots that you can take out quite easily if you take your time. And secondly, you don't want to go through all of that work to then cause extra frizz unless you actually want it. So I'd say take your time at the beginning, and obviously if you do want that extra frizz and that extra volume, then wait until the end, and then you can obviously add that. So now that I've taken down the braids, I'm just working in sections just to make sure that I don't cause that extra frizz that I was talking about too early. So this is just to create more volume by slowly taking out the little waves and the little curls from each part of the braid. And just to add that little length, just to add that little extra length, I've decided to use my hair pick. I don't use it to fluff it out too much because I do like to have as much definition as possible. Then it's just down to your preference and obviously fluffing as much as you like. Like I said, I don't really want to fluff it too much at this point. And then obviously I like to add in some lock and twist gel at the end, just to add to my edges and just to a few areas that I think may have reverted a bit too much. Okay, so that's everything. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to watch a couple more of my videos, make sure that you head over to my channel so you can have a look through, and I'm definitely planning to bring more to you as well. So like, comment and subscribe. If you would like certain videos made, definitely pop them in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. See you soon.